So that's been one of my biggest things is sitting down and getting the motivation to do the work. But I am getting there. I've been getting to the point where I can knock out a video. If I sit down all night, I can edit a video in one night. That'd be one of my biggest issues is the phone. Trying to answer for other people always hitting me up, trying to, hang out, need something. It's like the maximum amount of time. You can't always let the life get in the way of your work because at the end of the day, people are paying me to work. So, you know what I'm saying?
And your life that shit's always gonna be there. Like,
I would also say, man, I know a lot of people are going through hard times right now. I feel like there's a lot of people struggling in life right now. Me personally, I am too. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of close friends who are struggling and shit. Even just random people I come across, it's just normal right now. But you know what I'm saying? You gotta keep your head up, keep grinding, man. Because if you don't give up and you keep pushing towards like what you want to do, the success is gonna come. You know what I'm saying? Just like taking a deeper dive into myself type of deal. I learned a lot from just different people on YouTube, and really, bro, it just be like experiences like that I had to go through, just like learning from like taking the time to step back and look at the shit that's like happened to me or things that I've been through. Like, I think it was a good way for me to like I said, I don't really go to people for certain things, so it was a good way for me to get out the things I wanted to say without having to go through not the embarrassment, but you know what I'm saying? You don't always want to share everything with everyone, you know what I'm saying? So it's a good way to get shit out without having to share everything about you. You know what I mean? Everyone's doing it for fun, and I'm just shooting all the videos for free. So you know what I mean? It's just gonna be a bunch of content that's everyone is coming as a community to put together. You know what I'm saying?
I can kind of see that vision. That'd be fucking dope.
That'd
be dope. That'd be dope.
And then the next move is the show for the mixtape, bro. Everyone who's on the tape gets a set and then record and then plays all the music. Everyone do it together. That should be crazy for the community, bro.
Where we interview real people telling real truths and stories. The overall objective here is to break the negative narratives that plague our communities and minds. The biggest one we aiming to attack is that there are no more good men and women out here. Stand-up men and women. The men and women we actually need in positions to help change our community for the better. Some moves all day, man. Then I got a little photo shoot after this.
That's lit, man. Gotta keep working, making that bread, bro. I've been on the same type of time.
I did 2 interviews last night.
Hell yeah.
I was rushing to get those off of the phones to the laptop so I could record this.
Who'd you have yesterday? You had some artists or something?
No, it was this older guy who owned a nonprofit called Legacy Institute.
Okay.
And then one of my close friends, he create beats.
Okay.
But he also like an entrepreneur as well. So both of them gave a lot of good game, man. Cause the old head who owned the institution, he big in real estate. So like
he had a lot of game to give.
Like I was trying to buy cribs, and my whole thing was I came across the LRA list, and I'm like, the LRA list?
Mm-mm.
So the St. Louis City government, they bought all of the rundown houses in St. Louis. They bought them from the banks, the owners, and then they started selling them for real cheap. Like you can get a 1-story home like this for about $1,000, $2,000.
I didn't hear about that. Wasn't they doing some crazy shit like I don't want to say it was $1, but it was some like crazy low. Like they were selling
because then you can come up front with the whole 2,000, or you can get it to the LRA program to where it's a percentage of that. So like you really just gotta show in your bank account that you can cover the renovations, because they give you 12 months to renovate the place to make it livable, and then you can have it or they take it back from you type of deal.
That's what's up.
But he put me on game. He was like, they got all the good houses. So what you do is you go get a foreclosed house. On foreclosed homes, you just put 3% down on however much it is, and you can get it. So if you got a crib that's 40,000, 50,000, you put 3% of that, and it's yours.
That's crazy.
I was like,
4% is nothing. That's crazy.
You hear me? And I was like, damn. And he showed me. He literally did that for about 2 or 3 houses in a duplex.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, man, you do that the right way. That's bread. That's crazy.
But, all right. Let me do my little intro real quick.
Okay.
Welcome to Big Flex Overdose.
What's up, man?
Thank you for sitting down with us, man.
Yeah, appreciate you having me, bro.
Yes, sir. We know you. I know personally. I know you got some gems to drop. You know, even though we not best friends or we ain't known each other for a while. Um, I'm big on analyzing people and just watching them. And you know, the one time I saw you, and then just checking out your Instagram, it showed me you just like me. You know, you ain't on no bullshit. You on
Okay.
some positive stuff. You ain't trying to hurt nobody. You just trying to elevate yourself and help everybody else elevate.
Okay.
And you know, it takes a certain type of person, it's a mindset to get to that point with all the negativity we got. So, you know, while I'm still growing, I want to interview the people I feel will pop in St. Louis in the next 5 to 10 years. And I think you one of them.
Appreciate that,
You
bro.
know, so what's your name?
Jimmy.
Jimmy?
Jimmy TOV.
Okay.
That's you know, the brand name, I guess.
Okay,
Yeah.
bet. So where can we find you at?
Man, you can find me on Instagram at jimmy.tov. You know, that's the Instagram. I'm Tripped Out Visuals on YouTube. That's the uh, video entertainment brand, I guess you want to call it.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. You can find me anywhere with those two names. I'll be on YouTube, Instagram. Pretty much it, actually. I don't really do know.
Okay, bet. So where you from?
Well, I was born here in St. Louis, but I grew up like the first like 5 years of my life in Cokia, Illinois, right across the bridge
Okay,
on the east
okay.
side. Yeah. But then I moved when I was like 5 to Waterloo, Illinois, which is like it's like 30 minutes away, 40 minutes away from Cokia. It's I don't know if you know like where Columbia, Illinois is or Redwood,
Yeah.
Illinois. Yeah, it's kind of out towards like the countryside a little bit.
Mm.
That's where I really grew up until I got out of high school type shit.
Okay. So you said you was 3 when you transferred to Cokia, Illinois.
No, I was born in St. Louis, but like we always lived, they always lived like my family's from Cokia, so like I was born here
Oh,
like in the
okay.
hospital type shit. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I was born in St. Louis. I stayed in Cokia till I was like 5, and then
Okay. Okay.
for school because my parents wanted me to go to Waterloo for school type of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So as soon as you said East St. Louis, it kind of threw me for a second because like I know East St. Louis.
You go out there and shit?
Yeah. That's I ain't gonna say where a lot of my family stayed out there for a while. You know,
Type
then
shit.
they either came to St. Louis or was here in St. Louis, moved there and came back, or just moved straight to Milwaukee. But
Oh,
like
okay.
right now, most of my daddy's side is in Illinois, but most of them is in East St. Louis right now. You know, well, most of the ones I know,
Type
shit.
shit.
But when you said that, like East St. Louis is way worse than St. Louis, Missouri. You
Yeah.
know, so how was you able to navigate that, especially being a white male with all this bullshit?
I mean, I luckily I didn't have to really deal with nothing. Like I said, I got out of there when I was 5. I still hung around and shit, you know, because my whole family, but like from my mom and my dad's side's from there, so I spent time growing up there. I ain't never have any problems though, you know. I still hung out with like the neighborhood kids and shit, but
Mm.
I never had no problems for real. Never dealt with nothing like that when I was younger. I don't know if Cokia, like, do you know if Cokia is considered like East St. Louis like that, or do
I
you know?
don't, when I hear about it, it's not considered East St.
Yeah,
Louis.
that's what I figured.
Yeah,
Some people kind of call it because some people call Belleville East St. Louis and shit too
for
sometimes.
real.
Yeah, I hear some people call it East St. Louis. Basically, I'm from the east side type shit. You know what I'm saying?
I would never consider Belleville East St. Louis.
It just probably because it leaks like you know when you get to the borders and shit, it kind of leaks into each other. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I did stay in Granite City for a while.
Yeah.
What you think about Granite City?
Granite City's alright. I mean, I was just there last night for real. I was at the bars and shit out there. It's alright, bro. I don't really know people out there like that, but I just know the drugs be really bad out there, bro. It's really bad out there.
Yeah, I was
It's
playing
terrible.
baseball in Harris Stowe. And you know, Granite City right across that bridge. As soon as you cross
Yeah.
that bridge, you in Granite City.
Mm-hmm.
Then you see a big ass racetrack. But when I wake
Yeah.
up, because I was playing baseball too, I see like 3 crackheads in them big ass dumpsters in our alley in the back,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Like
Granite
that's
City's out there, I'm not
crazy.
gonna lie. It's crazy. But yeah, no, East St. Louis, I didn't have to really navigate around it too much. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't really go out there often. I've done video shoots out there and shit. But
Okay.
I haven't really had no problem with like on the east side. I've been more in danger over on the other side of the bridge over here in the city and shit.
For real?
Yeah, definitely.
Why so?
It just be like the situations like I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of shootings out here. Like I have not really experienced shootings until the past like year or two. Like I've been in like 2 or 3 situations just in the past like year where I've been like right there in the like gunfire, like, and I have nothing to do with no one. I don't really know anybody, but like, yeah, just bullets coming right by me and my people's heads and shit. Like,
Do you feel like shedding a little bit of light on it?
yeah, I mean, sure, shit. The one in particular that was really the craziest. Me and one of my boys was it was a few of us actually. It was me and a few people. We was at Pop's kitchen, right in
I know
Washington
Pop's
Avenue.
Kitchen. Yeah.
Man, we was just sitting there eating. This was last summer. We was just sitting there eating, and it was on the side, like right on the side of Pops, like where you can park like a few cars, that type shit. We were just sitting there minding our business, eating our food, and I don't really know where it even came from because, like I said, I don't know. I have no idea who came from or like what, but it was like across the street, bro, and we was like sitting against the brick wall, and all of a sudden, it was just like you heard a pop and you heard like a smack on the brick wall type shit. And it was like right here next to our head type shit. And I didn't really take no time to look. I was an instant like, go. So I dropped my food and everything, bro. I ran around the corner, me and all my friends, bro. It was crazy. I didn't have nothing on me to protect me or nothing. So you know what I'm saying? That should be scary.
Man,
It's not fun. But it's happened a few times, like just like in the past year. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's gotten crazy out here. I've hung out in St. Louis like the past like 3 or 4 years, like more consistently. But the past year's been like hectic. Like I don't know what it is.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but it really be during the summer too. So I don't know if it's just because it's like hot outside and people getting irritated or something.
That's what it is. Niggas ain't got no AC in they shit.
I'm God, running around mad as hell. I'm God, but yeah, bro. I don't know, man. It is crazy to me because, like I said, I don't be doing nothing, bro. I was eating chicken wings, trying to fill my stomach up, and you know what I'm saying. I don't know. It's crazy shit though.
So, would you consider yourself an Illinoisan or a St. Louisan?
I always say St. Louis just because I was born here. You know, I rep St. Louis just because you know I do all my work out here. But I'm definitely from like Illinois. That's where I grew up. So I'm kind of both. But I always say St. Louis though. You know what I'm saying? I got it tattooed on me and shit. I support like all the St. Louis teams and shit. It's really because I'm in the area and it's like you in the St. Louis area type deal. You know what I'm saying?
And I think it's an energy here that just attracts people, man.
Yeah.
We just got to get all the negative bullshitters out the way. But I think that's happening. You know,
it is. Yeah.
I think it's slowly but surely happening, and it's like if you have if you had a big old pile of roaches in that corner, right? Once you start putting pressure on those roaches to get the fuck up out the place, they scatter. But that's when a lot of the hectic stuff starts happening even more. And I think that's the type of time period you're in right now.
I can see that. I can see that because people don't like to really hear it. You know, people want to, even if they're in the wrong, people don't like to know they're in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? If they got that kind of attitude, more likely, like if they feel like, I don't know, people don't like to know that, like I said, they're in the wrong. If they feel like they're someone's telling them they're in the wrong, that probably make them more mad. Like you said, you put pressure on them, they get more hectic type shit. But no, it's gotten a lot better though, bro. Like when I first started doing this shit, just like because I started like 2017 doing this shit, and back then it was a way different community. Like it's like a whole different, like the shows, bro. Like it's all new kids and shit too, and like I really fuck with. I feel like there's like a lot of it's like no offense to no one because I'm a nerd too. Like I'm really a nerd at the end of the day. I'm not gonna lie, but everyone's a nerd. Like all the rappers, like I said, it's not to be like no offensive or anything, but everyone's really just like fun people that like to make music and make art and shit and like just have fun. There ain't really bullshit and like all the defensiveness and like trying to be the best rapper and shit. You know what I'm saying? To like a certain extent, everyone's competitive, but it's not like the hate and the jealousy and shit. Like when I first started, no one wanted to work together. I'd be trying to get artists to collab together so that I could like do I be trying to set shit up like, two artists that never worked together, you know what I'm saying? Try to get them together to make a new song, then I could shoot the video or something. and like that shit was not possible like back then. But now it's so easy, bro. Like right now, I'm actually about to do a mixtape like with a bunch of STL artists, like people that have done songs together, but a lot of people that haven't done music together. I'm gonna do like songs with like 3-4 people on them. Have like a bunch of people mixing all their styles together and shit. And like it's just crazy how on board everyone is and like.
Why is that crazy? Well, because you just came from a place where
Yeah. It's just crazy to me. It shouldn't be crazy. It should be common. Everyone should want to work together and you know what I'm saying. Make music and make videos and shit. It's how we all gonna get up together. You know what I'm saying. So I don't know, but it's good to see. I like seeing it a lot. Like it makes me feel good to shit like to see people working together and shit, supporting each other, bro, liking each other's posts. I see people sharing each other's shit on their stories. You know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's hard to me.
So, how was life for you as a kid growing up? You know, what type of challenges did you find yourself facing?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, I had a pretty good childhood. My parents took good care of me. They always supported me and shit. Um, I would say the only problems I really faced growing up was just being like that lonely kid that, you know what I'm saying? I was like the back of the classroom type of kid that, you know, I had a few friends, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, we was cool and stuff, but like even those relationships was always weird and I was always feeling like I was the one being pushed to the side type of deal, you know what I'm saying? It was more of like a personal type of challenge growing up, just like figuring myself out and like uh trying to finally like get to be who I wanted to be because there's like a long time where I didn't like wasn't able to express myself. Is I guess the best way to say that. You know what I'm saying? Like I just trying to do what I want to do and find the way to do it. I guess you know what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. And how old would you say you were when you really started on your spiritual journey, finding yourself?
Probably not till after high school, bro. Because when I was in high school, I was too busy. Like the energy that's in high school, just that energy of everyone being like judgmental. I feel like that shit had me like clouded for the longest time, just because like you be there every single fucking day. You know what I'm saying? All day long with the same people for not 18 years since I was 5. So like, you know what I'm saying? The same people I've known since I was 5 years old every day. Same shit every day. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It kind of felt like it didn't really start to happen until I got out of high school, so I could really notice like that high school and like school wasn't. It was a big part of my life, but it wasn't like when you're there like your whole life when growing up. You know what I'm saying? You feel like school is everything, and then you get out and you realize that everything that was like going on in school, you know, like as far as like popularity and shit, or like just people's thoughts about you. That shit really don't matter. You know what I'm saying? You just think it matters because you're stuck in a place where
You still a child.
yeah,
That type of trivial stuff is what's the word I'm looking for? Is what I almost said it clouds your brain. You know, those are the type of things you was focused on.
okay.
How did you let me not ask that. Let me ask it like this. What methods did you use to get to know yourself better?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it was really methods either, because like I did do like personal shit, like really all I could do, because I'm not gonna say I had. It's not even that I didn't have people to look up to, but like I just wasn't comfortable with going to people, and I'm still not for real. Like I do sometimes close people I'm close to, but like I didn't like have like an older person that I would go to ask for help on these things. I might like honestly, bro, YouTube, bro, it's pretty funny, bro. YouTube taught me how to do videos, bro. I even learned how to be spiritual on YouTube, bro. There's spiritual teachers and shit on it, you know what I'm saying? But I learned a lot from just different people on YouTube, and really, bro, it just be like experiences like that I had to go through, just like learning from like taking the time to step back and look at the shit that's like happened to me or things that I've been through, like that made me feel certain ways, and just like working through my emotions and like processing the way that I like think of shit and how I let things affect me. You know, like just like taking a deeper dive into myself type of deal. You know what I'm saying? But I would like journal, like write manifestations, do brain dumps, stuff like that.
How often did those things help, and how often did they come to reality?
I feel like it. it always helps if you stay on it and like you are in a consistent like if you're in a consistent place where you're like thinking that stuff and like you're in a positive energy more often than a negative energy, and you're focusing on like not you don't gotta do it like every day. I'm sure it's not like you gotta do it every day or something like that. But if you're on a consistent basis, like manifesting, writing shit down, I feel like it always does work. I feel like you just gotta give it time and kind of wait and keep putting the work in to get to that point, and shit starts to come together or make more sense. It just really take time.
So how was journaling helping you?
Journaling, I think it was a good way for me to like I said, I don't really go to people for certain things, so it was a good way for me to get out the things I wanted to say without having to go through not the embarrassment, but you know what I'm saying? You don't always want to share everything with everyone, you know what I'm saying? So it's a good way to get shit out without having to share everything about you. You know what I mean?
So as you was growing up, was you experiencing racism in middle school, high school?
I mean, I didn't experience racism because of where I
let
was
me
from.
say this. Let me say this real before I view. If you are the minority in a predominantly black community, you can have racism pressed upon you. I want to make that clear. Like, it's not just white people who can be racist. We can be racist towards other races as well.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. Only reason I say that is because like like I said, I was in Kokia till I was 5, and like at that point, like the kids that I was hanging around, we were just kids. So like I don't ever remember nothing ever being said like that. But like when I got to Waterloo, like that's more of like a country town, so it's really all white. Now it's weird though because I didn't experience racism because obviously I'm white. It's white people can't really be racist towards you. I mean, you can. I'm not gonna lie. You can be racist towards your own race, but they was more like a time like I remember like in elementary school. Like I said, my parents are from Kokia and shit, so like they grew up on like a different way than all these Waterloo people grow up, and they're raised on like country music and shit. I was raised on rap music, like 90s and 2000s and shit. So like I remember even just like having friends and like I'm talking like first or second grade, like I'm still innocent. I don't even think this way. Like I don't even know what these kids are. They probably just be hearing their parents talk crazy or something. But, man, I'll just be trying to show people music I like, and that's not cool. And I'd be called, certain things for, liking.
You can say it if you want to. Shit, exactly. You can say it you can say them if you want to.
Man, it's the W word for what I'm saying for the white guy. You know what I'm saying? That, trying to act black, you know what I'm saying? So whatever, that's what I had to deal with for real. I was always just being told I was trying to act black or something like that. I just came from somewhere else, man. Yeah, I just grew up with my parents just different than how I was never a redneck. I never liked boots, you know what I'm saying? I never liked, I just didn't grow up where I didn't like the same shit they like, you know what I'm saying? But it got different. It was like, Waterloo changed a lot. I'm not trying to say Waterloo. It is racist out there just because of how them people are, like, how they grow up and how they're raised and shit. They are racist out there and shit, but it's gotten a lot better. And like, there's finally like black families moving in finally, and that's just good to see, you know what I'm saying? Getting a mix, you know what I'm saying? There's some Mexican families out there, Asians, and you know what I'm saying? They need some like,
culture.
Some culture, bro. Yeah, it's terrible.
So, and I think we kind of just answered this question I'm gonna ask. Why do you think the white people were racist, or why do you think they were so prejudiced?
I don't think they even knew for real, because like I said, it's the same kids that were saying that, and now they listen to rap music and they're hitting me up telling me my videos are dope and shit. So it's cool. I'm glad they switched their mind and shit, but I really think it was their parents probably sitting there and just like, I don't know what their people really just I must be at home bored just talking shit. I don't know. It's crazy, but
that's what I think it is.
It's like because they don't really have a reason. Most of them haven't even had any experiences with a person of any other race. I'm not gonna lie, they just be stuck in Waterloo, and there's no one of any other culture there. You know what I'm saying? I think I had one homie in my grade. His name is Bryce. He's a mixed kid, and I think he was the only. No, there was one other girl who was a black girl. So there was like two black kids in my grade only, and that's like a class of I think like 200 to 300 people.
Damn.
I think we had like one of my boys named George. He was Vietnamese. My one of my best friends, his name was Davino. He's Mexican, but like and there was like the only ones though. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like very few, so it's not very diverse. But I definitely experienced racism like doing this music shit, like coming out to Waterloo, like being the white boy in the scene for sure. I've experienced racism as in that situation.
How did you deal with it?
I don't really care. I'm not gonna. I already know how it goes. I mean, it definitely like. I usually be joking about it. Like when I hear it, like I'll be I just joke back for real because like really, it don't bother me, bro. Like I know I'm the white kid, and most people don't really mean nothing by it. Like most people just be joking, like, "Oh, what's up, white boy?" type shit.
Or they be fucking scared of you.
They might. I don't know.
Because I'll let you in on a little secret. You know, most of these niggas who running around here thugged out like they hard as fuck, they scared as hell of white people.
Why say that?
White men. Like, one, it was because of the conditioning from slavery.
Type shit.
But if we push past slavery, it was because of the police. You know, like we assert a lot of white people with police.
Mm-hmm.
So once we started getting around white people, you know, them niggas start to clinch up. They start to sharpen up. They start to, act accordingly. And that's mainly because with our people, we really know violence, or I ain't gonna say violence. We communicate with pressure because we have a lot of energy stored inside of us. So that's how we release it. But in the same breath, if you not educating yourself and if you don't sharpen your mind up, it don't matter how physically dangerous you are, you can never be anybody else. So with that being said, the same niggas who thugging, killing everybody, doing all this gang stuff, them niggas can't read. So you come across a white man who's able to articulate himself or who just look like a professional, it intimidates you because the insecurity of not being able to educate yourself. So then you get around them, now you the bitch. But as soon as they leave or we get to ourselves, we're just black people, hey nigga, I'll do this and this to you. But I wanted to say that because I have a thing against these gang members, man, like Charleston White. Like like I feel like they
Charleston White's crazy.
But he right. He right at the end of the day. Like he's fucking right.
He be saying some wild shit. I'm not gonna say I agree with everything he said. He said some crazy shit, obviously. But yeah, I mean, there's truth to everything for sure.
And I feel like people have to get past his satire to really understand what he's trying to say.
Yeah, because he does be trolling a lot. Like
but that's how you get famous.
You get attention and shit for it.
You got to come with some type of negativity, and I feel like that's kind of where I'm struggling at because I refuse to do that negative shit. Like I get into a heated debate about something that's gonna help people, but I'm not finna sit up here and say that nigga over there is a bitch. No, like what? I'm not. I come from real G's. Like we don't talk. You just do what you got to do and keep it pushing. The second you start talking, there's evidence against you. So what's the point of talking? But yeah. I mean, we can continue to talk about that if you want to. But I mean, most of them niggas gone. So it's no I feel like we 3 years away from being completely positive. Maybe 5 max.
I could agree. But it ain't the whole community. It just be like it really don't be people in the community. I'm sure there are some people in the community that feel a certain way, but it just like I said, it's never nothing too serious. I ain't experienced nothing too crazy. Like I ain't had my ass beat or nothing like that for being white. But it's just like the little slick comments. You know what I'm saying? I'm just out trying to have a good time. I don't have no problem with no one. So sometimes when people say shit, it's kind of like, damn, like you know what I'm saying? Why you feel like that right now? Like we're out trying.
Probably because they know they bitch looking at you.
Type shit, bro. It'd be like that too.
Man, I'll tell you, man. Like I feel like racism, and this is the last comment I'm gonna make about it because this interview is about you, and yeah, I feel like we pushing past that, but racism ended in the 60s, in my opinion, in the 50s. Like
you think so?
Yeah. Once the slaves got their rights and emancipated, then it became a rich versus poor thing because all of the communities we moved into was just poor white people communities. or we tried to build our own communities, but that shit got blown up or fucked up. But when shit started panning out, we started pushing towards the 80s. We was just with the poor white people. So then it became a class thing, you know. So it's like from the 80s to now, come on now. Then all these goddamn mixed kids that's popping up. Like in 10 years, it's not gonna be a black or white. It's gonna be mixed. Like everybody is gonna be a big ass pot of just mixed people.
God.
You know, so it's like I think we should talk about it to remember that history so we don't forget it, but that shouldn't be the thing that lead our movement towards the future. You know?
Yeah, it should definitely be a conversation to learn from, but you know, it should never be something that's like
dwelled on.
Yeah, definitely dwelled on, and yeah, definitely dwelled on. That's the right word.
Mm-hmm. But what were your dreams and aspirations for the future when you were a child, and how they evolved in time?
Man, I think my first biggest thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to be a gaming YouTuber. Like, I used to I've always been a cameraman, like since I was a little kid. I remember being like 4 or 5, man, fixing my grandpa's camera and shit. I remember recording. I got videos. I have to release them eventually one day, but I got videos I made when I was like 5, 6, 7, just like little home videos. Like we wrote about like movie scripts and wrote movies and shit. So like I've always been like on a creative type of, you know, content creation type of vibe. But the first thing I really wanted to be was a gaming YouTuber. I started watching like PewDiePie back in like 2011, and the golden era. I used to want to be one of those, bro. That's what I wanted to do. I did it for a while. I'm not gonna lie. I did it for a while. It was fun. It's fun. I still would do it. And like now I got more freedom to do it too, like streaming and shit. That shit's fun. But yeah, I always wanted to be the gaming YouTuber. That was like my biggest goal. I used to like dream about being a gaming YouTuber, being in FaZe or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Call of Duty team type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro. And then it wasn't long after that. I mean, I started wanting to do this music video shit when I was like 16. I started off doing the album covers and moved into the videos and shit.
What inspired you?
Man, I was doing the YouTube videos, actually, the gaming YouTube videos, and I went to Lil Pump's. Like it was one of his first concerts. It was like definitely his first one out here. It was before he blew up. It was right after he dropped Boss. I don't know if you ever kept up with Lil Pump or anything, but it was right before he dropped Gucci Gang and shit. Like right before he got big. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But he performed there and shit, and I remember it was a group of dudes performing called the Goon Squad. I don't know if you know Issa Rico.
Nah, but I heard of the Goon Squad before.
I got that. Yeah, they're from out here. Dude named JoJo Goon. He actually passed away. He was on there. It was some cool dudes. Rico's still around, bro. You definitely probably see him around. You probably do know his face, but I met them at that show they performed, and one of them in the group, because I had followed them after the show type shit. They had just seen me posting, like I made like a thumbnail or a channel art for my YouTube gaming shit, and they just thought it was hard. And he was like, "Hey, bro, can you make me an album cover?" And I was like, "Yeah, let me try it out." So I tried it out. They thought that shit was hard, and I kept doing that for a minute. It was the album covers for just a little minute, but that's when I was getting heavy. Like I said, I went and watched Lil Pump, and I got into Lil Pump because of the Cole Bennett videos. I don't know, you know Cole Bennett, right?
I heard of that.
Lyrical Lemonade and shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he was like my first big inspiration, and I remember watching, like I was just getting like Lil Pump, Smoke Perp, and that's when they were just blowing up with Cole Bennett type shit. And I was just starting to do the cover arts and shit, and the videos were just so crazy, and like I don't know, just the effects and shit like blew my mind. Like just like he was doing shit so different, bro. I'd never seen a video where it's like cutting people out and making it all colorful and just making it look trippy and shit. And I don't remember why I did it. I guess I just was watching videos and was like, fuck it, let me try it. And it was actually the Goon Squad dudes. I took one of their videos they already put out, and I like re-edited it with like effects and shit just for fun, just on the free, like just a bullshit. I sent it to them and they liked it and shit. And I did the same thing for another guy, and then I shot my first video with my boy Sherm. Shout out Sherm. I shot a video with him, and it's been music videos ever since then, bro.
So how much were you charging for the album covers?
Man, it was some cheap. I was probably charging like $25, $30 for an album cover or something like that.
And they was banking off them motherfuckers though.
Yeah.
Like you should have asked for some royalty checks or something, but
Man, I was just, I was like 16, 17. I was just excited to get into it, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I was
yeah,
excited.
yeah. And
But
making money off of the internet really started popping. Well, social media really started popping around that time too.
God, yeah, that's like when all that SoundCloud shit was going crazy. That's whenever they really made I feel like they made a business for like the people like us that are like in the underground scene trying to come
Mm,
up.
mm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. That's crazy. And yeah, I mean, shit. What's the word I'm looking for? What other signs do you need that this is for you? Shit,
I don't know, man. I really feel like this shit. My life led up to it. Cause like I said, I've been holding the camera since I was a little boy. You know what I'm saying? Recording videos and movies and shit. So, man, I don't think there's no other signs for real. Like I just keep feeling the urge to keep putting out content, and I think that's the sign right there. I love this shit
hmm
for real.
So before we move on to your teenage years, I want two more questions. I got two more questions about your childhood years.
Okay, for sure.
Um, how was your relationship? Well, let me ask this: how many siblings do you have?
I got one sibling. It's I got a little brother. He's 2 years younger than me.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. So how was your relationship with your sibling and your parents
Man,
growing up?
uh, with my little brother, man, we was like close growing like when we was little, you know what I'm saying? But we went through a long period of being, you know what I'm saying? He was 2 years younger than me. We went through a long period of that little brother and older brother rivalry, you know what I'm saying? Just bullshit, and like, he's a little brother, so he was a little crybaby sometimes, telling on me and shit. But I was also the older brother, so I was being an asshole sometimes. So you know what I'm saying? We're cool now though. We get along and shit. That's my brother and shit. So you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It's all good. But my parents, same shit for real. I'm not gonna lie. I just went through a rebellion. It was all good when I was like younger in elementary and I was following all the rules. But you know what I'm saying? I started acting out and trying to smoke weed and shit, bro. So you know what I'm saying? Parents didn't want me doing that. Just little teenage shit. But that shit's all been mended up and everything, and everyone's all close and happy together and shit now. So
Mm.
it's all good.
I
Just took
got
some
a
growing up to do. You know what I'm saying?
that's really what it is.
Yeah.
Cause I got I got two kids now. I find myself saying at least once a day, I can't wait until y'all get fucking 15 years old,
Okay.
18. Like that's when I can really start chilling with y'all. But right now
Type
it's
shit.
like I gotta be straight faced. I gotta be on y'all case all the time about being a productive member of society. But once I see they got that consciousness, I'm like, what's up, homie? Like,
Yeah.
like let's grow up together now. Like,
Yeah.
let's keep growing.
Yeah, it's definitely important. It's definitely important to speak to and I ain't trying to tell you like what to do as a father or anything, but I always felt like it was important, like as a parent, to to speak to your child to like kind of damn near as an adult, like you know what I'm saying? Because me personally, growing up, a lot of shit that's affected me is being talked to like I'm a child, like nonstop, and never really feeling like I got the opportunity to like fuck up or be a man, you know what I'm saying, and like take some losses, you know what I'm saying. I feel like I've taken a lot of losses in my recent years just because I've been going through experiences and like really like getting out in the world myself and like figuring shit out, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I think it's important as a parent to talk to your kid as a just kind of equal, more so, not as an adult, equal kind of.
Are you okay with diving into that a little bit more?
Yeah.
Cause that's something I've been like researching a lot, like that bond between parent and child.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what did them? Because I went through that. Like my mama, she used to make me. I'm embarrassed to say this, but she used to make me sit in the back seat and let my little sister sit in the front seat. She'd give her all of the credit cards, all the debit cards, all the important stuff to hold. Well, I just got to carry the grocery bags. You know,
So you
so
just feeling like unequal type shit.
exactly against my little sister, and it did something to me that I still haven't really understood yet. But like, what about you? You know, how did that affect you?
I mean, I would say it's similar situations. Like, my parents never picked favorites like that, but there was always this thing in the back of my head where I knew he was the little baby, you know what I'm saying? He's mommy's little baby type shit. And I've even talked to my parents about this since, and like this is all like we have grown up ass conversations now. Like I can actually talk to my parents and like have grown up conversations, and like they're starting to come more to term like with how they raised me and shit. And like they didn't raise me bad, but like you know what I'm saying, like he definitely like he was more coddled and like watched over than I am, and like I always felt like because I was the older one and like I'm my dad's junior, you know what I'm saying? I'm like I always felt like I was kind of the
next in line.
Yeah, type shit. And like he always took a little bit more me a little bit more like serious, I guess. Like you know, like put like I don't know. I know it, you know, I understand it now, but like I definitely like he was definitely pushing me harder, you know what I'm saying? He just wanted me to do good. I was the first kid, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure he wanted me to follow in his footsteps, you know, make sure I'm doing right in my life, but that shit did affect me, you know what I'm saying? Just like because you don't really like when you are a child and you like are like you got a consciousness, but you're still like I would say you're like still gaining it like fully if you know what I'm saying. Like you don't I don't feel like you have it all like right away. Like you start slowly like putting it all together type shit. You know what I'm saying? So like I just didn't know how to put everything together in my mind or like really understand like why or like I just always thought they would treat my brother better, and I was like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like your situation. I just thought I was like being left to the side type of deal.
But did that motivate you, or did that make you more depressed? Both.
Both. I would say both, because like it puts you in that mood where you are like obviously like damn. I've always wanted just to make my parents proud and make my family proud and shit. You know what I'm saying? So like whenever they're not always disappointed, but whenever there's a lot of points where you feel like you're disappointing them or like you fucking up, you know what I'm saying, you're arguing a lot, that should make me feel bad because you know what I'm saying, I don't want to be the one that's left to the side, you know what I'm saying, I want to make them proud and shit, but it also pushed me because I was like, I can work and like make them proud or like prove them wrong type of shit, like not in a bad way, prove them wrong, like haha, proved you wrong, but like
prove yourself right.
Yeah, type
that
shit.
You was always that guy.
Yeah,
motherfuckers just didn't see it.
Type shit. Exactly.
Man, and that's why I was saying before the interview, our generation is gonna be the generation. If not change stuff, set the next generation up to do the change.
I agree
because of what you just said. Like, and I can't remember who I was breaking this down to, but I was breaking this down to somebody the other day, and I was like, because we were born right before the technology age, but still born in it, we got the best of both worlds. So the level of introspection, the level of how we get to know ourselves is one of the deepest levels that I feel like almost any human was able to get because we have technology. It's like, think about this, like 40 years ago, say if you had the question, who am I? And then it came to, well, I am whatever. You gotta walk your ass 30 minutes to the library, go through all of these goddamn books, read the whole book, go find a whole another 2 books and do the same process before you can even answer that one question. We have that one question in 5 seconds. We understand it, can comprehend it, and then explain that to somebody else. So you do that with all the important stuff. It's like we knew who we was before we was even 15 for real, 20. Like we had some type of grasp on it, you know.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's exposed just with having the internet at our disposal like that. Like you get exposed to a lot of shit super early. So like you know what I'm saying, you're already seeing people succeed and hit goals and shit younger because you know you can see it right there on your phone type shit. So I feel like that pushes everyone from like a younger age, and that's why you're seeing like people like blow up as rappers when they're fucking 16 years old and shit, and 17 years old being one of the biggest rappers in the game and shit. That shit's crazy to see, but yeah, it's like a younger people are running shit now for sure. Like,
so what do you think about that? You know, kids blowing up at such an early age. You think that's positive or negative?
I don't know. I would say it's definitely probably got a negative and a positive to it. I would say because I feel like people are growing up too quick, and some people probably growing up too quick. Everyone should be able to experience childhood and have a happy childhood. I feel like it's not not everyone gets to, but I believe you should. You know what I'm saying? It does build character when you go through shit, but My bad. Wait, what was the question, bro?
Damn, I'm thinking about the next question.
Oh, my bad, bro. I
Damn.
forgot where I was going with it. I got stuck in my train of thought. You were
Oh
saying,
yeah, how do
now you
you
remember.
feel about young rappers growing up at an early age? And do you think
Okay.
that's positive or negative? My
Okay,
bad.
yeah. No, you're straight. I forgot too. Okay. Uh, so I think it's not negative and positive. Like it's got negative and positive too. It's cool because it's dope that you get to get to your dreams early and shit. But I'm sure some of them kids like that are blowing up. It's all fun right now. But I'm sure at some point they might be like feeling like they wish they could have like been a high schooler like throughout their whole high
Mm,
school year. You know what I'm saying? Gone to parties as a
mm,
regular person. You know what I'm saying? Because once you hit that fame, you know everything's different. They're living a whole different lifestyle. Everyone's potentially fake. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same interactions you're gonna get
mm.
versus you know you're not living that lifestyle. So um, I mean, but the positive to it is they're getting to their goals early. You know what I'm saying? And potentially getting out of whatever struggle they're in. So
Mm,
that's just dope.
mm. So, going back to you and pushing into your teenage years, how old was you when you made your first? No, how old were you when you got paid off of your first music video?
I was 17,
Mm,
and that was in December of 2017 when
mm.
I did my first video with Pretty Boy Sherm.
How many videos did you did before that? Before you got paid? Hellas.
None that I actually shot myself. The first video I
Mm,
shot, I got paid for. He paid the first one for me. Like,
mm.
it wasn't much though. I think I did it for like, I think I did a deal. I think I did two videos for $200 because me and him actually linked up like 2 weeks later and shot another video type shit.
Mm,
Yeah,
dang.
but yeah, he was ready to go. We shot the first one, and the first one, man, you go back and look too. It's crazy because the first one I shot is just like so simple and it's just like me holding the camera, and then you watch the second one that we shot 2 weeks later, whole different. Got edits on and everything, man. But those shoots were really fun, bro. I miss like I don't miss it because I like where I'm at now, but I miss them old vibes from them old like shoot like you know what I'm saying them fresh just starting. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Shit was fun.
Because that's when you challenge the most. I feel like that's when you have to be really. That's when you challenge to be most like. That's when you challenge to critically think the hardest.
Because you're figuring everything out and shit.
And then it's just like that scaredness of failing. Like after this, I'm finna go shoot a photo shoot. Nigga, I don't do that shit. Like
Okay.
that's my business partner. But the mentor I have who I interviewed the other day, he was like, it was like you doing something right. Are you willing to at least try? And I'm
Yeah.
like, hell yeah. But I would never consider myself a videographer or photographer. Is that what you classify yourself as?
Yeah, I just become video. I mean, for real, I've been starting to go more into just saying I'm a content creator for real.
Mm,
Because I've been doing everything for real with the camera. I've done fucking fraternity photos. I've tried to do weddings. I've done the show recaps, vlogs, random photo shoots for random people and shit. So I just be like all over the place with it. But I'm trying to just be that content creator because I'm trying to do other content related things as far as like podcasts, and I want to get back into the gaming videos and shit like
mm,
that. So I would say content creator for sure.
mm.
Yeah.
So if you can drop some gems on imagine we have a seventh grader right here in front of us, a little boy, and he going through whatever he go through in life, and he asks you for any advice to help him. What would some of that advice be?
Shit.
Imagine yourself a seventh grader.
Yeah. I'm trying to put myself back in that place real quick. I would say, man, seventh grader, bro. I would say, bro, just I mean, seventh grade, you're pretty young. You know what I'm saying? You're starting to figure shit out. You probably starting to come up with ideas for what you want to do. I would say just as a young kid, man, just enjoy yourself and have fun. You know what I'm saying if you got an idea for where you want to start heading, you know, start trying to do shit. I started trying to. I've always done something like try to. I don't know. Like I said, I started doing the YouTube videos and shit, even though it was just for fun. You know what I'm saying? I started off early, kind of learning how to figure out how to work shit. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you just start having fun, really just have fun with whatever you like to do, and like don't think too hard about it. Everyone tries to like think too hard about what they want to be. I really feel like if you just sit back, have fun, do what you enjoy, like eventually a couple years down the line, whatever you really want to do is just gonna come to you, type shit. You know what I'm saying?
So what if they fun is some negativity?
You said what?
What if the fun, what are the things they think are fun is negative? Then what?
Um, Shit.
Like shooting at people.
Oh God. Man, I mean that's hard to say too, because you know what I'm saying when you're that young, bro. You know what I'm saying. A lot of kids are getting in trouble and they don't understand like the length of like to like what extent, you know what I'm saying, it might affect them down the line, or like really what they're just doing in general at that point in time, or how they're affecting another person type shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I would just say, man, you know what I'm saying? There's no reason to be negative, man. There's no reason to have to be out here doing nothing crazy. You can get money and have fun doing positive things, creating things that you like to create, you know, hanging out with friends, making positive connections, not being out here getting in trouble, trying to make money. That shit really don't get you nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You eventually get in some kind of caught up in some kind of situation, and that's a setback, and you wish you never did all the little bullshit that you did because you thought it was cool at that point in time. So you know what I'm saying?
Do you have an example you willing to share?
Um, Man, I don't think. I'm not gonna go too in detail right now, but you know what I'm saying, man. Sometimes, man, you know what I'm saying, it's better to take the safe route than the safe route that takes longer than the quick route that's dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep.
Okay.
That's deep.
Okay. Sometimes it's better to take the safe long route than the quick dangerous one, because at the end of the day, you're damn near not guaranteed, but you're more than likely going to succeed without any repercussions. And then, you know what I'm saying, that dangerous route gets dangerous. So, you know, you never know what might happen. You don't know what kind of setbacks you might have from it. You don't know how it's going to affect your future. You know what I'm saying? So,
now take that same scenario, right? And imagine your little brother in 7th grade and you have a mentor that you look up to.
mm-hmm.
What would you tell this older person? What advice would you give them to deal with this 7th grader, your little brother?
And I've actually tried to talk to like close relatives that have younger kids, because like especially me being a young adult that's like just come out of figuring the shit out in my own brain, like and thinking like how adults talk to me and shit, bro. I really try to just tell people close to me like same shit I was like saying a second ago, bro. You gotta really like you don't gotta talk to these kids like they're adults, because they're not adults. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of kids throw temper tantrums and do like they do baby shit. You know what I'm saying? Kids be kids, but you gotta you can't talk to younger people or kids for real. And I feel like you can't tell them what to do. Like you can't be like you have to do this, you have to do that. You have to like try to you don't want to force it down their throat. You just want to like slowly like kind of gently put it on them, like give them the idea. You want to be like the positive energy in their life that's like pushing them in that way, like to when they're doing stupid shit, you're the person in the back of their head. They're like thinking of in a positive way. Damn, they said not to be doing this shit. I shouldn't be doing this type of shit. You don't want to be the person that's in the negative back of their head, like they're like mad at you because you was telling them not to do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like in a negative way. I feel like it's really just figuring out how to talk to a younger person, like a kid. You know what I'm saying? And like making them feel safe and comfortable, and understand why you're saying the things you think you're saying. Kids need deeper explanations than just like you telling them what they should do. You know what I'm saying?
You think so?
I think so, yeah.
Why?
Because kids don't have the experiences for real. So like they might have some experiences, not everyone's the same, but a lot of the times, you know what I'm saying, they're still learning. So you just give them that little bit of background information, you know what I'm saying, just go a little bit in depth, really have like that sit down and like connect with them on a special level. Like they're gonna feel that like connection when you really sit down and talking to them too, I feel like. So when you really like get into depth and like talk, and it's not like on a sit down right now and talk to me. It's more of like a, hey, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? I want to talk to you. I feel like that always just hits a different way. You know what I'm saying? If you ever think about that person in your life or someone in your life, whether it's like an older person or a close friend that which is always that chill person you could go to about anything because you know they wasn't gonna judge you, they wasn't gonna yell at you. They might get on your ass and tell you fucked up, but they're not judging you for it. They're leading you in the right direction and understand you still a person that fucks up. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's just about being understanding and being like level with the person. You got to make everyone feel equal. You can't be trying to be like the I'm better than you type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to do what I do. You know what I'm saying?
So how do you feel about kids getting whooped?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get whooped like that. There was a couple times I got my ass spanked. Nothing crazy though, and like I feel like they could have let me fucked up more, so I didn't do so much stupid shit later on. But I don't feel like you gotta spank kids. I feel like sometimes if they're really bad, you know what I'm saying? Maybe spanking their ass a little bit, get them in line. I don't really know. I haven't dealt or experienced that. Obviously, I don't have kids, but for the most part, I really feel like if you talk to them the right way, I really do feel like there's a lot in like doing that. Because another thing too about the bad thing about whooping is really you're teaching the kid like. In my head, I feel like you might be teaching that kid like at a young age that when people fuck up, the punishment is like anger and negativity and like getting whooped. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that leads into people feeling like they're being judged when they're, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's crazy. Yeah. I had another young lady, metaphorical. She said exactly what you just said. It's slightly different. She said exactly what you just said on my channel. Like when you beat a kid, it teaches them when you fuck up, you're supposed to get beat. So then when they go out into the world and start interacting with their peers and their peers fuck up in their eyes, they want to beat them because that's what they was taught, you know, and then it just creates that cycle. And it's crazy you said that because this was a black, like, hood woman. What's crazy to me is how we want to separate people with race and sex, but we have two people completely different who just said the exact same thing, and that just blew my mind because it's like then it goes down to okay, are we doing it to ourselves or is somebody else doing it to us? Why we so fucked up, you know? But that's a whole nother topic.
That's true though. Definitely both. I feel like for sure.
So coming out of high school, you know, what was your mentality like?
Man, when I came out of high school, I was still working a job and shit, you know, getting some money with a real job. But I was definitely like, once I got out of high school, I wasn't allowed to do the videos actually in high school. I used to have to sneak out of my house, like tell my parents I was going somewhere I wasn't going. And like I said, I'm like an hour away from St. Louis. So I was going and staying at rappers' houses and shit, shooting videos in high school, just like chilling and shit. So like, you know what I'm saying? When I finally got out, I was able to do what I please. You know, I finally was like, hey, check out my YouTube channel. Look at all these music videos I shot and shit. And they're like, they wasn't mad. You know what I'm saying? I had already been getting in trouble for being a little shithead at the end of high school. You know what I'm saying? Starting to smoke weed and do stupid shit, bro. So they had already knew I was on bullshit. You know, so when they seen it, they were just like, luckily they was more so just like supportive of it. You know what I'm saying? They were more supportive than I was in high school. They didn't want me coming to the city getting in any bullshit, but. When I finally got out, it was like full steam. Like I want to shoot videos, man. Like I had to work a lot because I was working a full-time job and shit. But I was definitely on like the music videos. I was getting out of St. Louis a lot more finally. Had the free time to be out, connect, go to more shows and shit. So yeah, I was full. I was just trying to focus on the videos when I got out of high school.
So you weren't even tripping over college?
No, I knew I wasn't going to college. I thought I was for the longest time. I was a straight A student. I was in honors classes and shit. And I don't try to steer anyone clear from going to school. Or you know, I'm not the type of person to say school is all bullshit because I feel like you do learn some shit from school. But me personally, bro, once middle school was over, everything else that I learned for the most part was just some shit that I was like. You know what I'm saying? It was all the general shit was out the door. I already knew every general shit. Like it was just, I don't know, man. School just like it was important to me at first. Like I said, I was an honor student. I took the first few years serious, but once I really knew that I was gonna do this video shit, my last senior year, bro, I stopped trying so hard,
Mm.
and just like kind of let go of that whole idea. I never really knew what I wanted to do either. Like when I said I was going to college when I was in school, it was more of just like a thing that had been put into my brain since I was younger. Like everyone's going to college, that's the next step. That's where I gotta go, type of deal. So yeah, I didn't go to college. I did like a semester of online what's it? That's that security shit. Ethical hacker.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I did that shit for like a semester. I got bored.
Mm.
My bad. Um,
Do you wish you
yeah,
had
that
went
was
to
it.
college?
You said
Like
what?
now, like today, do you wish you had went to college then?
Nah, man, I don't have any regrets as far as going to college. To be honest, I don't think there's really any school that I've heard of, or I've taught everything myself. Where you can really learn everything online. YouTube. It's crazy, but yeah, I don't regret it, man. I honestly wish I would have taken high school less seriously, bro. Like I wish
For real?
I wish I would have taken first uh the first half is less serious as I did the second half, because like just because I like knowing where I'm going now, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I wouldn't have pushed myself so hard. I wouldn't have been so stressed out about making sure I get this homework done or getting this grade on this test,
Mm.
whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I feel good that I was an honor student. It's good to know that I could do it, but it ain't really do nothing for me at this point, if I'm being real with myself. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
I feel like that's kind of the overall census of the educational system. Well, public schooling educational system. You know, and it because I'm gonna interview her name is Dr. Peppers. She's the lead director of the business department at Harris Stowe.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm drilling her ass about educational questions, like, because I'm really trying to understand it, you know, because in my opinion, that's where we start with saving our country, saving our world,
Okay.
is the kids.
Yeah. Okay.
And if the thing or the place they at 90% of the time is fucked up, what do we expect for them to do when they get out of it? You
Yeah.
know, and
Okay.
that's what I'm focusing on with her, because it's like we need those type of answers, and I feel like she one of the best people to ask those type of questions, because these kids are stupid as fuck, bro.
Bro,
like, let me not
the
say
TikTok.
stupid.
I feel what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like they just not like, bro. It's like they not paying. They don't want to pay no attention. It's like they just out in this TikTok world and shit for real.
Like,
It's crazy. You ever hear like you ever see a TikTok, or not a TikTok, a 4-year-old has been watching TikTok all day, just how they act.
no, I never thought about that.
Man, bro. Like I like this, especially being in Waterloo, man. You see all these little kids running around, bro, and like I almost feel like they're more conscious than we was when we was younger, because they're being exposed
Mm,
earlier, like almost because like
mm.
the way these kids are sitting there talking, like the shit they're saying that they're repeating, they're talking like teenagers and shit. You know what I'm saying? They're little
Mm.
ass kids. It's crazy. Saying some crazy shit too.
Like what?
Man, repeating the craziest memes and TikToks and shit, saying some like wild like, bro, I remember this is one kid in specific, bro. He was funny as fuck. He was just walking around doing the oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? Bro, like he's like 3 years old. Like, bro, how you even know what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You walk around trolling people and saying goofy ass shit to adults, making them embarrassed and shit, bro. It's like that shit funny. But it's crazy though, because like I said, it's like they're gaining consciousness earlier or something, bro.
Mm.
I don't know. That's just how I be seeing it.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I My only like input on it, my 2 cents is it's not structured the way we had it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like releasing a kid in a candy store. Like
Yeah. He's acting bad.
they finna go crazy in this motherfucker. Like, so what do you think their future holds for them? What do you think they should be looking to deal with?
I mean, I kind of now that we talking about it right now, man. You know how I was just saying you a second ago about how whenever I was growing up, like in middle school and shit, I thought that all the kids that I was growing up around were gonna be like the dumbasses, and I was like, damn, I'm about to grow up around a bunch of dumbasses. And I was stressing, and I thought everyone was gonna be stupid and shit, but it really made people, I feel like, almost learn earlier, because like they get the assholeness out of the way earlier. You know what I'm saying? The bullshit. So I mean, maybe it will be a good thing, because all these little ass kids are gonna learn early on to to act right. Maybe, you know what I'm saying. They get all the bullshit out the way earlier. Maybe not. Maybe this will be a bad thing because it'll build their structure to be an asshole or something, or just not. You know what I'm saying? It might not be good. I know being on the phone and shit like that all day probably isn't good. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these kids are just on the game and on the phone all day. They don't do nothing
Man,
else.
I got a little cousin, and this nigga, he'll be on that phone with his girl all fucking day, bro. I'm talking about, man, cause he used to live with me for a little bit. And I'll be chilling, come out my room. Hey, what's up, cuz? Get it. Start talking shit about, some females that my girl on the phone. I'm like, what? Y'all not even talking to each other. How the fuck is she on the phone?
Just sitting there quiet.
And it's like now it's like they don't have like they suck at trust issue at trusting other people. They many detectives, but they look for the wrong shit. Like, oh no, it's different.
It's the way that it really, that's the negative part of them being exposed to social media, sort of, bro. It's like, I mean, think about how often you go on Instagram or Facebook and you see girlfriend caught cheating video or something like that. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's all in our faces, man. Like, that shit makes people want to cheat, and it makes people be afraid to get cheated on. That shit definitely fucks everyone up. I mean, I've just talked to a lot of people that feel the same way, as far as like they just trust. A lot of people just don't got trust. Like, even I feel like our age too, our generation. I feel like trust issues are really bad now, so they're probably only gonna get worse. But I don't know.
What do you feel about that? Like, relationships in the future, like, will marriage even be a thing?
For me personally, I'm definitely on that route. You know what I'm saying? I got a girlfriend. I like to have that one girl that, you know what I'm saying, that can hold me down and I can hold down, type shit, that I can trust. And I think a lot of people like that idea. I think most people like the idea of having a relationship. There is like this big thing going on now where it's like, I'm not getting married. I'm not being with no girl, type shit. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. And I get it, because I've been there for real. And it makes sense to an extent, bro, because people are acting out. A lot of people are untrustworthy. Everyone's out here fucking and being dirty and shit. You know what I'm saying? And like, if you're in a relationship, you know what I'm saying, if you're in a relationship and you're out here constantly doing negative shit like that you're not supposed to be doing in a relationship, like, that's just putting that energy in the air. And I feel like there's just hella people that do that now. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it is fucking up the idea of relationships and shit, because it's like becoming too common. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely, a weird subject now. Relationships. It's a scary situation to put yourself in sometimes too, because you're putting your trust into another person and you never know what the fuck's gonna happen.
Like, and my biggest thing is like, how much research do you do about where they come from? Because we ain't gonna go that route. we gonna get ourselves in trouble. We gonna have some ladies mad. But okay, okay, so we push past your teen, because it seems like you don't really. Maybe I'm just not asking the questions right, but it seems like you don't really like to talk about your childhood years, like the teenage years.
I mean, it's not that I don't want to talk about it. I definitely
There's other stuff you would rather talk about.
Not even that. I'm not gonna lie. You could ask me more specific questions, maybe, and that would help me go in the right direction. But like I guess, like, if you can explain to me something you was trying to talk about specifically, I can definitely speak on whatever. I'm open to whatever. But there's not. My childhood wasn't like, it was nothing. It wasn't that there was nothing going on, but my younger childhood was pretty chill. Like, my younger childhood was pretty chill. I ain't start getting like emotional and start feeling my emotions and shit till I got in like middle school and shit. It was all, even then, it was still laid back, man. So there's not too much to talk about, but whatever you got questions, I'm open to answer.
Oh no, it's not that well, okay, it's some of that, like, I want to get deep childhood stories, because that's what I feel like people learn from, like what you was just saying. I don't learn with somebody telling me, go do this, go do that, this and that. Like, but if you tell me, man, I was in this situation a couple years ago and this happened and I worked my way out of it this type of way, like, that's what I'm looking for, and I realize it's on me to become a better interviewer, to ask questions in that type of way, because that's what I want that's what I want like the audience to really hear, because that's what people learn from, like real life stories about good and bad shit, you know, and that's really what I was looking for. But like you said, like it was chill, you know, like you got them stories, but maybe you just can't recall right now. Maybe you know, but
I'm sure if it was like some specifics, I might be able to remember something. But yeah, it was so chill, bro. It's not really nothing that stuck out too hard like that. I didn't really start really like. I was pretty chilled out until I got like into like the high school area, because like I said, I didn't really have to deal with none. I wasn't really getting into no bullshit. I was a really good kid. Like I listened to my parents. You know what I'm saying? I was doing good in school. I didn't really go out. I used to be the like I said, the lonely kid. You know what I'm saying? I like to go home and play video games and shit and chill by myself. You know what I'm saying? I go hang out with friends here and there, but yeah, I didn't really start facing big problems like that until like I guess probably high school and shit. But I mean, let me try. I'm trying to think real quick. Childhood time I learned something. Um, dang. I'm drawing a blank card, man. I can't.
Yeah,
that shit feel like it was so long ago.
yeah, and what I'm realizing with because like the older people, they kind of can do it better, and I'm seeing like we haven't hit that age to where we reflecting on our lives, because we still in the middle of living it, you know. Once we get around 30, 35, that's when we start sitting back, you know, reminiscing and reflecting and really analyzing it, you know. So
yeah, I feel like I'm just now really breaking down like a lot of shit. Like really, I'm like trying to like go deeper into like what I was thinking in certain points and shit. And it really just be like the shit that I'd be like thinking about from when I was younger is like times I would have been like embarrassed in school that I like someone like I did something that wasn't necessarily really embarrassing. I just like damn near embarrassed myself, like just overthinking. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's a lot of times growing up where I've always been an overthinker. I've always been hella anxious. I didn't even realize that until the past few years. So like, I really went through the whole life like so far like as a younger person, having anxiety and having these feelings and like not knowing what was going on or like why I was feeling this way, and like that just caused a lot of confusion for me, because like it would be shit that I'm going through that I'm not personally causing, because like I said, I'm a really chill person. I was quiet. I wasn't causing no bullshit. So like it'll be situations I'm getting put into where I'm feeling a certain way, like I'm feeling like someone's either, acting a certain way towards me, you know what I'm saying, I'm not fitting in type shit, I might feel like I'm the one that's the one causing the problem, because why does it keep happening? Why does this pattern keep happening? What is the lesson that I'm supposed to catch, like get from it? Like what am I supposed to be doing different? Am I supposed to be doing something different? You know what I'm saying? So like I really started like recently just breaking it down, and it's real crazy because like it was from so long ago, but like I really realized like how long I've been doing the same shit I still do now, like just being anxious about like the littlest shit, or like thinking shit is gonna go down the way it went down when I was a child type of deal. Like getting the same judgment or getting the same responses and shit. Yeah. So like I don't know. Just I just had to really sit down and break down my own thought process and tell myself if I really was uh doing anything wrong or making the wrong moves and shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I don't know. It took a while, but finally, like just now, like really like starting to like get better. I would say like as far as like figuring that shit out and learning from it. But yeah, it's hard to like recall specific things, bro. And really, because I feel like a lot of people are anxious nowadays, and I feel like that's also why people don't be remembering shit. Because when you're in an anxious like in an anxious space and energy, you really be moving fast and like not paying attention to your surroundings and shit. And like I feel like that causes you to be so you're not present. You're like in your head,
tunnel vision.
So like yeah, and you're not really paying attention. I feel like I lost a lot of time doing that, like just being in my head way too much.
Me too. Me too. Cause from 18 to 23, it's like, did I even fucking live? Like I was
Oh
just
God.
on go so hard, bro. So it's like I get to think about, you know, I don't know, I get to thinking about some interactions I had with some lady friends, and it's like, dang, like you did that, you just forgot about it, you know.
Oh God.
I definitely get what you're saying.
Yeah, it'd be weird. You just be forgetting shit. I don't know. You just moving so fast. It's crazy.
Mm,
But that's one big thing I'm trying to learn now, man, is being present, like focusing on right now. Like,
mm,
you know what I'm saying? Not being in my head.
mm. Yeah, and I'm excited to because I like to bring the people I interview back on, you know, every couple
Yeah.
of months, every few months to really get an update, but to see myself growing, to see the people I'm interviewing growing, you know,
Yeah.
especially if they got a nice story, you know, if people really interested in having them back on the platform.
Definitely. Yeah.
So when we check back in, because I definitely feel like, well, I know I'm gonna get you back on here,
Oh God, I'm gonna be back.
like,
Yeah. I'll be back.
like, so I'm anxious to see how you grow over these next couple months. Like, and I know we'll be able to tell that from the camera. Like,
Yeah.
I got one of the first interviews I did 6 months ago was with one of my close friends named Ricky. I'm actually finna interview him tomorrow.
Yeah.
And just the stuff that happened between that interview and now, bro, it's
Big change.
like
Yeah, seeing people
man,
face, I'm not gonna lie.
man, like his physique change, everything. I'm just like, it's crazy, bro. Like I've been like the people I hang around with all the time, I'm starting to see how it was like a big ass pot 5 years ago of people who said, I'm gonna do this in St. Louis, this is and that. 2 years ago, it shrank down dramatically. Then it was just okay, the bullshitters and the people who's actually gonna do it. Now I'm starting to see the people who's actually doing this shit, who's actually meant it, and how they elevating, bro. Like there's this young lady, her name is Lydia. And I remember a couple months ago, like she wouldn't even think about dropping no motherfucking album or mixtape. She didn't drop some bangers, nigga. I was talking about shit is straight blowing up, bro. Like nice ass music videos with the singing behind it. But I'm like, bro, 6 months ago you wouldn't even get on this stage to even do 5 seconds or something. Now you own that, and it's just like I love it, man.
Man, bro, people be holding themselves back, man. I got a lot of homies, bro. They got dreams and goals and shit, bro. And I got friends that used to rap and kind of set that shit to the side, but they still got that goal and that dream in them to still do that one day. Like,
Once you hit 30, it's over with, man.
and I be trying to tell people, bro, like right now is the time, man. Like people try to hold music and I'm gonna drop this album in 2 months. I'm gonna drop this song in 2 months, bro. There's no time to be saving, bro. You can really do whatever you want. Like you can be, if you want to be a rapper or you want to be a fucking music video maker or you want to do interviews and shit, you can, like anyone really can do it. You just gotta like, it don't
Do
matter
this
if you don't
shit.
know how to do it. Like if you just start doing it with what you got, you're gonna from there, you're gonna look at what you just made. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna be like, what can I fix? What was good? And you're gonna stick with what was good and then fix what you need to fix. You know what I'm saying? And keep upgrading. It's nothing for real.
And
It's
it
not
ain't
that
like
hard.
you got to go back to school to figure out what was wrong. It's right in front of your face. You see it
You can
through
look
the
it up on.
process, what you need to do to get to the next one. But people, I don't even think it's people being scared. I think they just fucking lazy, bro. It's
It's a
like
combo. It's a combo.
yeah,
For
yeah.
sure. Because they're definitely lazy people. Because I mean, a lot of people can get. There's a lot of times where I could get to work more. You know what I'm saying? And I'm working on doing it more. Everyone's got their tendencies and shit. But yeah, it's definitely a mix, bro. Because people be scared, bro. They just think they're gonna get judged. A lot of people feel like they're gonna get judged, and I feel like that is going away, like you said, because it's kind of going away with the hate. People are feeling more open to freely express themselves and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So cause we pushing the time limits. Couple more questions, then I got a video I want to show you, and I want your opinion about.
Yeah.
So when did you officially um make your photography and videography a business?
It's not like officially. I still gotta get the LLC. It's soon to come. We're gonna get that
Mm.
all set up and shit. But
I got game on there for you if you want it.
yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. I need all of it, all the game I can get, man. But uh, shit, I'd say I really officially like stamped this shit probably like 2 3 years ago. Just when I got real serious about it, like really like putting down the idea like this is what I'm for sure doing. Because at first it was like wasn't taken seriously, not necessarily by me. I just had so many. It was like a hobby at first, and it was fun, and not everyone around me really was taking me as serious as I was taking it. So like I didn't really start feeling until recently that it was really a reachable goal, like a something that's possible. Until recently, I really just started seeing the past few years, not how easy, because it's always hard, but like how possible it is, bro. Like it's really possible for you to blow up if you work and put in the work in and shit.
So are you working by yourself or do you have a team behind you?
I'm right now. I'm all by myself. You know, I got my friends and shit that I be fucking with like rapper wise, but as far as like the video production goes, it's on me. But you know what I'm saying, I definitely got good supporters and shit, good friends to push me and shit.
So how hard is it to shoot a music video?
Man, it's really not hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's not that hard.
Is it just the edits that's hard then?
I would say that's not hard either, bro. I would really say it's more just time consuming and what's the right word? Tedious. Yeah, I'm glad tedious. And it really does take like the sitting down and learning it. I didn't know shit just a few years ago, and it just took me sitting down and watching a few YouTube tutorials from the right people. You know what I'm saying? And I'll plug some people real quick. Max Novak, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. He was like the OG GOAT. He was the first person I really was learning shit from. But nowadays, you need to check out Tiny Tapes, Brian Delmata. I think this dude, it's like M33CH Meech, I'm pretty sure. So I think if I'm thinking about the right guys, it's one little white kid that be doing the crazy edits too. But yeah, bro, they're all hard. That's like, bro, all of this is YouTube. I ain't going to no school for none of it. So it's not really hard, but it's just more time consuming. You just gotta learn how to like use your time really constructively is the right word, I think. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So I saw you you shot a video for 30D Grimy. I think that's how I'm saying it right.
It was a vlog I shot for my boy Divine Shot, actually. He's another videographer out here in St. Louis. He was shooting a video for my boy Jay Pizzle. He had a song with 30 Deep. They're actually cool and shit, and they kind of I don't know if they came up with him, but like when 30 Deep was coming up, they've been doing music with him and shit. But it was actually my boy Sherm, the dude I shot that first video for. He's been close friends with them. I guess they went to school and shit together, type shit. He plugged me up. He got me hooked up with them, and he was like, "They're doing a 30 Deep shoot, bro. They said they want you to come out and vlog it, type shit." So I got to go out there for the vlog, get behind the scenes and shit, watch them make the video, type shit.
So did that turn you up, or
yeah, man? That was one of them things to me. Like that's happened in the past couple of years where I was like, bro's right here with the diamonds on, and you know what I'm saying, like. Chilling, bro. He's right here back in St. Louis. He's fucking, it's realistic. This is a dude I hear stories from people I know that are my age, like kids my age and shit, people my age. Like, bro, I know 30 Deep from here. Da, da, da. I used to kick it with 30, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's just crazy. Like, and like, to like see someone that's like from the same place, like hearing about like how he was like, you know what I'm saying? He was broke and shit, you know what I'm saying? From what I've heard in the past. And it's just dope to see that someone came from a struggle. From the same place I came from, and is blowing up and like doing what they want, like especially as quick as he did. Because I don't think bro was even rapping for that long for real either. Oh God, so that's just dope. But same thing with Comethazine. Like he came from Belleville too, so that's even closer to me. So watching him blow up too, that shit was really inspiring. That shit was crazy to see.
So how did it make you feel when he ended up getting killed?
Who's that?
30 Deep. I think he ended up.
No, 30's in jail right now.
Oh, he got locked up.
He got locked up. Yeah.
Okay.
Who I don't even know who passed. I'm trying to think.
I know. So I thought it was 30 who had passed.
Nah, bro got locked up. He's locked up right now.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. That's crazy.
But no, that shit is sad to see. You know what I'm saying? Hope free, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he get out soon. I actually don't know what he got in trouble for. I didn't look into it, but I did hear he has served some time. That shit is sad to see. You know what I'm saying? Especially him being one of the first people coming out of St. Louis since probably like Nelly, for real. I mean, I know who's bro that's Spino. I know he's big, but he don't really be.
You don't think these guys be asking for that type of thing, that type of shit though?
I'm sure he was putting himself into the wrong situations. Over he kept getting into trouble from what I've always like seen him going in and out of jail and such. So I'm sure he was potentially not making the right decisions and maybe putting himself in the wrong energy, the wrong place at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I can't say much. I can't say that. I've done the same shit. So you know what I'm saying.
I mean, of course that, but I'm more so talking about like once you make it on the other side, like a lot of these guys they don't realize is what they don't realize is your community makes you who you are. The group of people you started with. So once you get to that other side, and if you don't come support them, or at least help their kids, or at least help the city that they in improve a little bit, they gonna bring you down. They gonna pull you back to where they was at because what's the point of shooting somebody to the stars if they only throwing gas and shit back down towards you? You know?
Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of where he fucked up too a little bit because I mean when Bro came out, I remember the first shit he released was a huge diss track. That Dead Goofy song is not what it was called.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, like that's his own personal beef that he's got with whoever. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Even just bro, like I understand people got beef with each other and shit, but I feel like he just making music about it, and they're like you're asking for more issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I understand people got to stand on their shit and they want to talk shit. You know what I'm saying? Prove their point, but sometimes it is better to really just like,
Shut the
especially when
fuck
you're
up.
becoming successful, bro. Like people try to prove people too much nowadays, bro. Like I don't really be caring about that shit. A lot of people talk shit. I've dealt with that shit my whole life. People just talking and talking and talking. Like it really you save a lot of energy and a lot of you save yourself a lot of stress and shit if you just
Shut the fuck up.
mind your own
and
business,
just go
bro.
about your way. Like,
Even if people are trying to get in your business, if they don't matter, bro, just block it out. You know what I mean? You don't gotta listen to that shit for real.
mm-mm. So, how long does it take, on average, to shoot a music video, to edit it, and to release it to that artist?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. This is a thing with me personally, bro. I struggle with just like I struggle personally, bro. It's like one of my issues is sitting down and like working on the actual edit. I can't lie. That's just something I've struggled with for a decent amount of time. But if I'm being honest, if I really shooting the video thing that can all get done in one day. We can knock out a shoot in one day. I've always been really big on like um I've been told by people before like there ain't other videographers out here doing it like how I am as far as like I really will like set up a shoot and like go over like I'll do too much work damn near like to make sure the video extra hard. Like I'll do 3 days of shooting for a 1 day shoot if that makes sense. Like they really paying for a shoot that's supposed to get done in 1 day, but I'll be like, hey bro, I'm heading to the city. Let's add some shit. You know what I'm saying? Another day, or like, hey man, next week we should go hit this spot, bro. I want to add this shit, get some more scenes. So like, for real, it'd be taking like 1 day to shoot a video, but I generally be doing multiple days of shooting just because I like to go to different locations. You know what I'm saying? People like to get different fits in, and I really be trying. Like most of the people I shoot with, bro. I'd be like. I've been trying to keep shit more business just to stay away from like drama and shit, but like I really be like just connecting with people and like starting to be friends and shit, like moving past business. So like we be starting to have fun and shit while we shooting and like you know what I'm saying? I just start to have fun and go overboard. My ass just want to add more scenes type shit, bro.
You try to make a movie of this.
Oh God. But the editing, bro, is what we get because it's tedious. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a person that likes to move. Like if I do have a job, I like a job where I'm out working, doing shit, bro. Like so that's been one of my biggest things is sitting down and getting the motivation to do the work. But I am getting there. I've been getting to the point where I can knock out a video. If I sit down all night, I can edit a video in one night. Like knock out the whole video in one night. I just gotta sit down, turn off the phone. That'd be one of my biggest issues is the phone. Trying to answer for other people always hitting me up, trying to, hang out, need something, whatever it is, bro. But turning off that phone, turning off the distractions, and not being a yes man, you know what I'm saying? Kind of doing what you got to do, not letting people persuade you to go out and have fun or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That shit helps. Keeps me on the right track. I can knock out a video real quick, but I usually be telling people like, 2 weeks, it's like the maximum amount of time.
Mm.
But like I said, I also been dealing with a lot of like personal life shit, and that should be getting in the way too. And I'm trying to like learn how to not let that shit affect my workflow, because that ain't gonna cut it forever. I can't, you can't always let the life get in the way of your work, because at the end of the day, people are paying me to work. So you know what I'm saying.
And your life that shit's always gonna be there. Like I tell people, the way people make it to a high level of success is they realize the life shit is gonna be there. They just put so much energy into the business to where the business starts to trump that life shit. So the business shit become way more important or way more rewarding than this personal shit over here. So as you start to focus on this, you push yourself away from those people who's causing this. So after a while, it starts to balance out, and then you may lose that balance, but the more you focus on your successes, the more you focus on bettering yourself, the farther away you get from all that goddamn drama. But so what's your end goal with the photography and videography?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, what do you want to do with it, or are you just shooting shit?
Like, where do I want to like what plans do I have like going forward with it type of thing?
Basically, yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously, man, I'm trying to keep on with the music videos and shit. I'm trying to like get better and better at that. I would love to, I feel it in me, man. I feel one day, I'm gonna be doing some crazy videos for some big artists and shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to get big, make the Trip.Visual brand big. I want to have a successful YouTube channel that people want to be put on. They come to me for my videos to be put on my channel on some Cole Bennett shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's gonna say no to a Cole Bennett video. Everyone wants to be on the Lyrical Lemonade video. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that shit's like, if you get on there, you're up regardless. But I want to get into the content shit. You know what I'm saying? I also like to document like the community and the growth. You know what I'm saying? That's why I really be doing the vlogs. I got the TOV tapes that I've been putting out. It's like a series I got on my YouTube and shit. I'm trying to do extra shit for the community too, bro. Like that mixtape I was talking about, that's just gonna be a collective piece of work. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting all of it together. I'm trying to put on people. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the videos for the whole tape for the free. I'm shooting like if I ask you to be on the tape and they're on the tape and they're putting in the work for the verse and they're not making. None of them are charging me. Everyone's doing it for fun. And I'm just shooting all the videos for free. So you know what I mean? It's just gonna be a bunch of content that's everyone is coming as a community to put together. You know what I'm saying?
I can kind of see that vision. That'd be fucking dope.
Got it.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
And then the next move is the show for the mixtape, bro. Everyone who's on the tape gets a set and then record and then plays all the music. Everyone do it together. That should be crazy for the community, bro. Like bringing all these people that are in different groups that don't really work together like that, like bringing it together and start gluing shit together. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that'd be good.
Be hard.
Okay.
I want to say tapped in with you on that.
Because
that's gonna be a fucking movie, bro. That's gonna be like a Project S movie, but better. Like you gonna remember that shit.
And it's gonna be all recorded, bro. I got a producer. I don't know if you know Waterboy at all, but he's a crazy producer. He's going crazy out here right now. I got him. He's tapped in, gonna do it. I got hella artists that are dope that are gonna be popping out for it, and I'm gonna be shooting the vlogs for it and everything behind the scenes while they're recording their songs in the studio together and shit. So,
what's your YouTube channel?
It's Trip.Visuals.
Trip.Visuals.
Yeah, okay. And that's where you'll find everything. I got the vlogs on there, the music videos, all my content gets posted there.
Okay, bet. I'm gonna put that in the description then.
Okay, appreciate it.
I want to show you this video to get your opinion on it. So the title is "Man Leads Police on a 120-mile chase from St. Louis County."
Okay.
There is breaking news right now from North County and North City. Police just caught the man driving this red Dodge Challenger you see after he was clocked speeding 120 miles an hour down Natural Bridge into the city from St. Anne. Police tell us that driver stole his girlfriend's car, which her 4-year-old special needs child was inside of. Police were able to box in the driver and safely stop him, arrest him, and get the 4-year-old back home.
What you think about that?
Man, that's fucked up to be putting the little kid through. That's the first thing I would definitely say, especially special needs. I know that kid was in there scared out of his mind probably. That's just fucked up. But Yeah, I mean that's just random craziness that don't even need to be happening.
You think it's random? You don't think it's a product of our community?
Well, do you know what the context was on it at all? Do you have like any? Is there any backstory to it at all?
I didn't go look into the backstory because that just dropped like a couple days ago.
Oh, for real?
So like the backstory ain't really came out yet. But what was you finna say?
Oh no. Shit. You said like a product of the community type shit. I mean, yeah. I mean, for sure. I'm sure. Like, he said he stole it from his girlfriend. I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's this big toxicness shit going on. I don't know what the situation was. You know what I'm saying? But if you're stealing your girlfriend's car and with her child in the backseat, there's probably sounds like some kind of toxicness relationship going on or something like that, bro. So,
So what do you think should happen to him?
I mean, his ass definitely getting a ticket for the 120. That's crazy. He's speeding that fast.
On a main street, like
Stupid. That's crazy. But I don't know, man. It's fucked up to be doing that with the special needs kid, regardless if it's special needs or not, man. Doing that with a child in the backseat, 120. Everyone's dead if you hit. Like no matter what you hit, another car, they're dead too, bro. That shit is dangerous. But I don't know, man, bro. I don't know what to say about the punishment shit because I don't really like seeing no one in jail or anything like that. But I mean, there sometimes there's got to be consequences, but it's hard for me to really say where the line is at or like what should be done. I feel like there should be some. I mean, dude's definitely got to have a consequence for putting the kid through that. And like I said, if he was just on some toxic bullshit where he maybe was mad at his girlfriend for some bullshit and just sped off in the car with the kid, like that's just wild for probably no reason. Like not one that's good enough to be doing all that. You know what I'm saying? What do you think?
That nigga need to go to prison for at least 5 years. Like, fuck out of here, bro. Because it's like, come on. Like, as a man, a woman should never make you get out of hand. A woman should never get you into a place to where you even question and losing your character. You know, you should
That's
be
true.
versed enough, especially being a man, to where you know if this woman is picking at you or she's trying to get that type of reaction out of you, to get the fuck away from her. Okay, but you gonna get the fuck away from her and go 120 with her kid in the car?
That's wild.
Like, you sprung out on drugs, obviously. You don't care about nobody's life but yours. What are you doing for our community? If you're not doing nothing for our, get the fuck out. So why would you just shift you to another community? Nah, take your ass to prison and be around the niggas you really want to be like. And they gonna show you what that life is really like. But come on now. You don't deserve to stay in our community. You know, and I'm not saying I'm a saint or I know any saints, but some things is like, how many chances are we gonna give motherfuckers to keep killing ourselves, bro? Like, we like Charleston White. We need something dramatic to happen in these next 5 to 10 years legally to help us work up out of it. Because it don't matter how many of us positive people are out here, them negative people still go out Trump, because it's easy to just be negative all day. It takes energy to produce positivity, you know. But
no, I mean I agree. I think dude should.
this is the place I got to get to next. They calling me. They trying to get me there.
Okay.
My last question: 3 gems to drop on. 3 gems you just had in your head you always wanted people to hear.
3 gen about anything?
Yeah, it don't have to be all. It don't have to be 3 of them, but gems like shit you've been holding inside. You like, I need people to hear this.
Oh shit, man. I would say one is definitely relating back to what I was saying earlier. Don't be afraid to like do you. Get out and do yourself. Start putting in the work for what you want to work towards. Don't be thinking about what other people are doing. You know what I'm saying? And go into like whatever community you're going into with a positive attitude. You know what I'm saying? Be ready to work with other people and don't be on the negativeness, right? Because living in that negativity is gonna stunt your growth. You know what I'm saying? Keep you from succeeding. I would also say, man, I know a lot of people are going through hard times right now. I feel like there's a lot of people struggling in life right now. Me personally, I am too. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of close friends who are struggling and shit. even just random people I come across, it's just normal right now. But you know what I'm saying? You gotta keep your head up, keep grinding, man. Because if you don't give up and you keep pushing towards like what you want to do, the success is gonna come. You know what I'm saying? Things are gonna get figured out. Shit gets hard sometimes, and you might get stuck in the loop of negativity going on in your life. But you just keep focusing on what you need to do and keep the positive people in your life around you and the negative ones out. You start bringing more positives towards you and kind of get out of the situation that you're in. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people get stuck being in that same mindset every day of being, they get stuck in a situation and I do the same thing. I keep thinking every day that I'm, putting myself back in that situation. The third one, man, shit. Bro, let me think. So really, be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Pursue your goals and keep the negative out to succeed. And I would say, man, I would say a lot of people probably need to, include myself, man. Take time to focus on yourself. Separate yourself from everyone. You know what I'm saying? And take a deeper look in on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just to figure things out. I've had a lot of issues in my life that keep reoccurring. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just take a step back, look a little deeper, what's going on, take the time to analyze things. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna figure some shit out. But you just gotta sit back and relax sometimes and just take shit slowly. That's all I got.
I can't wait to run this back and see these parts, because that's what I do at the end of all my videos. And I sit back and listen to it and think if that's something people can use to start their spiritual journey, or something they can use while on their spiritual journey. And I think the three you gave is stuff our younger generation needs to start their spiritual journey, because they don't really hear that, and they especially don't hear from somebody they may look up to or want to be like, So yeah, those definitely was some deep points, because people don't hear that type of shit, man. When there's so much negativity just pounding on you, it's hard to actually hear and feel the positivity. So, and that's why I asked that question too. So yeah, so that's definitely some stuff people can use to start their spiritual journey, bro. Because at some point you got to get on it. Like you said, you didn't really start to end of your high school career. I started, in my opinion, at 12. So it's like, if I would have had some of the information I've been getting at 12, I would have been a lot sharper.
Exactly. I feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? But once you start learning that spiritual journey, it really be like the biggest thing to happen to you for real. Because you learn so much in all different aspects of life. You know what I'm saying?
But all right, thank you for sitting down with us, man. I'm sorry I got that pressure. It caught me like 5 times.
Gotta get to
it. We gotta keep grinding, man. But
appreciate you having me, bro. For real.
Yes, sir. Part 2 gonna be a lot better.
Be crazy.
Because I feel like we gonna get to talk about some real controversial shit.
Like, yeah, let's get it, man. I'm down to get some deep shit, man.
Say less. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Man. Yeah, thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey. That should be deep, boy.